Hey guys, Friday late afternoon. Been waiting on a couple of parts for this thing. Been dicking around all day with all kinds of other stuff anyway. But I've talked to a few guys, and I'm going to try something a little different with this wet sanding and buffing thing. I'm going to try going up to a higher grit and find out what the actual difference really is. So, a buddy of mine ordered a kit on Amazon. Came with a whole bunch of different grits. This goes all the way up to 10,000. I didn't grab 10,000. I'm not going like that. Didn't even feel like there was anything there. But I grabbed 3,000, 25, 5,000 grit, and even a couple of pieces of 7,000. So I'm going to go over. We're going to start with this door. So I want to compare it to, say, the fender that's been done in 2000. And see what the end result really is. And if it's not dramatic, I think this truck is worth doing it. So I'll go for it. Now there is one single touch-up to do on this door. It's right around here somewhere, right there. Just a little white speck. I showed you how I did those on the hood, but I'll show it again on this door because I got to get that done today. Give it a chance to dry overnight so that I can attack it tomorrow and really go after it. So yeah, first thing I'm going to show you is a touch-up. Won't take long. It's a couple of minutes. It's a little invasive, and you may want to turn your head. It may be traumatic. But yeah, so we'll do that first. I did get my transmission cooler in. Looks like a slick little piece. I'll show it to you later. And yeah, got lots to do. Might as well get to her. Okay, so I'll show you the touch-up. It is right, where is it? Right there. That little white speck. I'm telling you, it sucks your eyeballs in like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, what I do basically is kind of gouge that out and then fill the hole, essentially is what it'll be, with paint and clear coat, and then just let it sit. And then the next day, sand it flush and get after it. Start wet sanding the whole door. So I'm going to set up the camera and I'll get to some gouging. Okay, so my touch-up is right here above my finger. You know, you can use an awl like this one, just comes to a point, or I use this. It's actually a spring-loaded punch. Got a good tip on it. I just find it easier to handle like a pencil or a pen, you know. So yeah, essentially have a little, just a touch of a hole there. Now, sometimes I mix the paint, the color, with the clear all in one shot. Mix all three together with hardener. This time I'm just going to use the color itself, because I found out in the hood that came out just a shade darker when I mixed the three together. What the hell's going on here? There we go. Now it may need a second shot, but I'm just going to leave it. So that there should be dry in about probably 10 minutes or so. And come back and show you what it looks like. I can show you that it disappeared now. Anyway, you see a white dot? I can't see a white dot right there. You see a little blob of paint, but there's still, you can see it's still a little hole in the center of it. That's where I gouged it. So we're gonna run the sandpaper over that real quick. Might have to touch it up with the color one more time, and then we'll hit it with clear. Look at the sparkle in that. A lot of flake in this paint, man. Okay, so I dabbed that little spot with a little dab of clear mixed with hardener, just on the end of a toothpick. That's it. I'm gonna let that dry, and so I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. We'll sand it out. But in the meantime, I'll give you a little short story time. So they've been out on the radio a lot with Crime Stoppers talking about grandparent schemes, telephone scams, right? And I got a call last night. Now, I don't have any grandchildren, so you can go from there. So anyway, the phone call goes something like this. Hi, Grandpa, how are you doing? Right away, ooh, okay. I said, is this little Jack? He goes, yeah, it's little Jack. How you doing, Grandpa? I said, I'm doing good. How you doing, son? He says, oh, not so good. Not so good, Grandpa. I got arrested. So, what did you do? He said, I didn't do anything. He said, I'm innocent. My friend picked me up in his car and we went for a drive, and it turned out that the car was stolen and I got arrested too. So, oh, that's terrible, son. Because don't tell Mom and Dad, but if I don't get some bail money, I'm going to be spending time in jail. So really, I said, how much bail money do you need? So I need $1,500. I said, well, I'm sure in jail you'll meet a strapping young man that'll respectfully take your virginity and look after you while you're in jail. So we'll see you when you get out. All I hear on the other end of the phone is click. Yeah, don't fall for these bullshit scams, man. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll get back on seeing if we can show quality this paint shop. So let's get after it. Hey, good morning. It's the next day, and I sanded out my touch-up already, and as you can see, there's nothing there. You can't see anything. So, yeah, this is all done with 2000. I got to go a little bit further with it yet. I'll get a little tighter up here, a couple of little spots. So I'll sand that out, and then I'm going to switch up to 2500 and go over it again, and then 3000. I'm going to see how the how it changes and how it looks after each one. So yeah, I'll go ahead and finish sanding this up and be back in a bit. All right, I'm not sure how this is all going to translate on camera. I've gone over it. I spent about almost half an hour with 2500 grit. Did that door from from here down, and it's noticeably shinier. Like, that's just dull. It hasn't been touched with anything yet, just sandpaper. So you can see the shine. It's quite a bit more than with the 2000. So I've now got 3000 out, and I'm gonna spend another half an hour and do it with that and see if it gets any better. So check it out. Okay, I thought I'd show a little bit of this for just a minute or two. So there we go, 3000 grit paper. You see that? Always using a block as usual. And when you're doing this, you can hear it. Shh, 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 shh. That's the sound of it cutting through. So Basically what this is doing is taking the scratches from the 2500 grit and sanding them out. So what I do is I just keep rubbing until I don't hear that shh anymore. Yeah. I don't know how that's showing on camera, but man, wet. It's looking really good. And that's kind of what you want. The end result is to have the paint almost look like it's wet. You know, nice clean reflection. Show off that all the time you spent doing the body work and block sanding and all that kind of stuff. Said I've never gone this far before. It's always been 2000 and that's it, which gives you a good driver quality, you know. Now when I'm done this door, or this side, I'm going to switch up to a fresh piece and go over it one more time. And then we're going to step up to 5,000, which is like unheard of for me. In that package, they said to go up to 10,000 grit. I didn't even know they made such a thing. So. One more little piece. All right. So I'll clean that off and I'm going to switch up to a fresh piece and go over it one more time. All right, so it's done. I went over it with 5,000 one time, switched out to a fresh piece of 5,000, went over it a second time, same as I did with the 3,500, and now I'm going to hit it with the buffer and see what the contrast, what the difference is. So I'm just going to use the Meguiar's finishing compound. I don't think I need the extra cut because the sandpaper just did all that. So. Let's see how she goes. I sure hope this was all worth it. Get a fresh cloth. Okay. Okay, let's compare it to another panel. Okay, I'm going to use the reflection of this old license plate and see if we can see a difference. So, excuse me. Okay, there we go. Pay attention to the smaller writing and the sticker in the corner. So this was done with 2000. I called it done. And over here, I think you can clearly see the difference. Don't hit the door with the license plate, dummy. But yeah, massive difference. So is it worth it? You betcha. It's time consuming, but is that an ugly spot right there? No, that's just my reflection. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. It's way clearer, man. And I'm talking about, for this door, 2 hours of work. So, you know, you probably got 24 hours of work to do the whole truck, maybe more. But the end result might not be show quality, but it's pretty damn close. So there you go. And that touch-up doesn't show at all. So, yeah, right on. I'm just going to keep on going. Okay, so there you go. You know, you might not have a show-winning paint job, but you'll be in the running, man. You know, if you laid out a decent paint job to begin with, and spent the time with the wet sanding paper and time with the buffer, and you got to keep in mind too, there's no wax, there's no anything on that. It's just paint. So you know, a compound just brings out the natural shine in the paint. It doesn't stay on the truck. So, you know, once it's waxed and polished and buffed and cleaned up, and this thing's going to gleam like a diamond, man. So yeah, it is worth it. I take back everything I've said to all these people over the years about don't waste your time. I just never did it before because I just don't have the patience, but that's what it is. I was talked into it by a couple of guys. One of them is a viewer on the channel. Thanks, Charles. You were right. And so there you have it. New subscribers, thank you very much. If you haven't and you like the content, please subscribe, hit the little bell, leave a comment, like the page, all those good things. I truly do appreciate it. And I try to respond to all the comments whenever I get them. Yeah, if you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.